Hello! 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 Look, 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 look. Welcome all my lovely goblins, ghouls, demons, vampires, freaks of the internet. I am Hanyo, your demonic cinephile. And tonight, we start the question arcs. No, we finished the question arcs. Tonight, we start the answer arcs of Higurashi. So all the things you've been wondering about for the last 4 books, or episodes, or chapters, or you want to call them, all those mysteries about how people are going insane. Is there demons? Is there no demons? Is the conspiracy theories true? Is the Sanazaki's behind everything? And why does time keeps kind of repeating itself? Well, all that is going to be displayed in these upcoming final chapters of Higurashi. I love this story so much. This and Umineko, they changed my life for a while now. And we're about halfway done with them. So, I don't know how to feel. There are side stories about Higurashi that are just amazing to get into. And I think they are about to be coming out soon. I know they're now coming to a stream, so we can play those eventually. Certain ones we cannot play though. Like, there's a lot of Umineko ones that I would love to play with you guys, but I don't know how to get them without illegal actions, which I'm not sure if I should do or can't do. I mean, I'll happily pay for anything when they cry related, but I don't know that you can actually do that right now. Huh. How why my mouse doing that? I'm not even over the. I am on the OBS screens. I'm not even sure how those are highlighting, but whatever. Let's start. Let me check the configures real quick. I want to check these one more time. So I want to lower these down just a smidge. Alright, those are all good. Let's take a quick swig. Start. Higurashi, when they cry, Kai. Ooh. Meakashi. Beloved Cutthroat. Eye-opening chapter. Welcome to the world of Higurashi when they cry, Kai. We finally reached the halfway point. From the viewpoint of the protagonist, try to find the truth behind the tragedy that unfolds. The difficulty is very high. It won't be easy to comprehend the motives of the perpetrators. Fine, real Kishi. I'm ready whenever you are. This arc includes choices that were added in the console version. These choices result in dialogue changes and can lead to bad ends. Do you want to see these choices? Not now. Skip additional choices, show only content from PC version. Prompt additional choices from console version. Let's just do this for now. She dropped her beds in the sand, so the girl cried. For 100 years, a girl searched the sands. They might be in the ocean, not the sand, so the girl cried. For 100 years, a girl searched the ocean. They might be in the mountains, or... Ah! Why is it so fast? You're not supposed to speed run a poem? 7 keys were attached to the key chain. Without knowing which key was the correct one, I had to go by instinct and try every key one by one. On average, I reached the correct key within 3.5 attempts. I'd be fortunate if I could open the lock with the first 3 keys. And I'd be unfortunate if I didn't. I had to think of the worst case scenario, getting the right key only on the very last attempt. I fought with my nervousness. My head ached from it. I put the key in and turned it. I just need to repeat the small procedure several more times, but I couldn't stop shaking. Damn. Even a 3-year-old kid can do something this easy. So, am I more childish than a 3-year-old? Whatever. I don't care if I'm clumsy. I just need to try all these keys. Even in the worst case scenario, the lock will open on the 7th try. Here she is. No way. Reality isn't always the same as math. What happened was worse than my worst case scenario. None of the keys worked at all. I could feel the blood draining from my brain. Did I get the wrong set of keys? No, I definitely see a faint marking that says this set is for this door. Am I just reading it wrong? Should I go back to the key cabinet to look for the right one? That would mean a great loss of time. Just by being here, I'm already risking so much. Something that could ruin everything might happen any moment. If I can't open this lock, do I go back to the administration office? If there were no other choice, it'd be a waste of time to spend another second here. The administration office wouldn't necessarily be empty at this time. Somebody might come in. I won't be able to look for the right key if that happens. I stood up quickly, as if electrified. I was almost in a panic, and so felt the urge to move. My instinct pushed me. I have to go back there as quickly as possible. It's dangerous to be here, and it's also dangerous if somebody comes into the administration office. I cooled my head, making it as chilly as possible to repress my fear. Calm down, Shion. That's right, this is the Shion chapter. Mion wouldn't panic in this situation. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Why don't I try the keys one more time? What was the noise? The next moment, I felt a faint vibration in the air. Somebody was walking somewhere in the hallway. If it were a normal situation, I would have known I wouldn't run into them, since the footsteps were very far away. But at the time, I couldn't think calmly. Shit. Why am I panicking this much just because of footsteps? Calm down. Calm down. I should be feeling excited instead. Calm down. Calm down. I just need to do what I have to do. I should ignore the footsteps, because they're not an immediate threat. Pretend they aren't there. I have to listen for something much more important right now. Shit. The key should be hard and cold, but is pliable and hot. It feels like rubber. How could I stick this into a keyhole? Shit. It wasn't the key that was pliable. It's my fingers that were limp. Ah, shit. The key spun around in my hand and fell to the floor. I should have made any sound, because it was so pliable, but it made a tremendous metal noise as if somebody pushed over a cupboard. Cling! The sound almost stopped my heart. I felt dizzy for a while. I looked around afterwards to carefully see if I caused any disturbance to the surroundings. Calm down. Nothing changed. I don't hear anything. So, am I safe? Calm down. Wait, I don't hear anything. What about those footsteps in the distance? Calm down. Are they looking for me? After they know the sound? Ah, shit. What is the sound I'm hearing? Is my sweat dripping on the floor? No, shut up. How could I hear the sound of my sweat? Calm down. Calm the fuck down. I have to clarify. This isn't a prison or a detention center. It's a private school. Not a normal one, though. It costs a fortune just to get in. It's a boarding school that provides education from elementary school to university. Being for girls only, rather than a school, you should say it's a factory that manufactures ladies. Some of my classmates here have never even used public transportation. Really, it isn't normal. To me, saying, "Hi, nice to see you," instead of just "hi," is already insane. And calling the teacher sisters gives me the creeps. I hate the morning and evening prayers, to say nothing of the Sunday Mass. I don't want to memorize the Bible passages, and the Holy Ghost gives me a rash. If I stay in this situation, that's what I call the place, for many years. I messed that up. If I stay in this institution, that's what I call this place. For many years, I either go crazy or be brainwashed. Most of the girls choose to be brainwashed, but I can't do that. After all, I was more impressed by the political schemes and the international trade behind religious propagation than by the love of God which the Bible teaches. Because of that, I've been treated as a problematic child from the beginning. I experienced lots of disadvantages as a result. I realized that quickly, so I superficially pretended to be normal. However, I got tired of acting, so I started to reveal my true self from time to time. I became a problematic child once again. People started to treat me differently once again. It's fun to misbehave, but it wouldn't do anything for me in the long run. So why did I act that way? Why, even though I knew it was going to backfire me later on? After examining my emotions, I realized that I completely had it with my surroundings. I was afraid of being brainwashed in this institution. I can't live here. I won't let them brainwash me. 6 months ago, I decided to escape this place. The moment I made up my mind, I started to feel alive again. I acted ladylike in order to deceive the sisters. Pretending became fun once I set my goal. It gave me the creeps when they told me with smiles that it was God's influence that I started to behave religiously. I laughed at them behind their backs. I took my classmates' duties in order to understand the layout of the school and the schedules of the staff and the guards. I soon found out that the security of the school was immensely tight, because they were many daughters of important people living here. The guards walked their beat randomly. There were surveillance cameras everywhere. The system that kept out intruders, ironically, also worked to prevent escapees. But that excited me instead. I simulated how to avoid all surveillance in my head many times. I drew an escape route in the corner of my notes during class and tested if it worked. I strove to acquire any necessary skills for the escape. It was all fun. After all, the situation was cathartic for me. That's who I am. No matter how hard they tried to brainwash me, I never changed. I've been waiting for the moment of my escape, preparing physically and mentally. First, I needed the courage to escape. I had to be confident of the plan. I had to think deeply about it. I also need skills and physical strength. I imagine all the possible obstacles and trained to myself. It was funny because I was finally able to enjoy gym classes, even the long-distance runs. I need a perfect plan as well as the physical strength and skills necessary to execute it. Also, supported by those things, I needed determination. I made sure that I had all I needed and executed the plan. I decided to plant a seed in the school before the appointed day. The seed was a rumor that one of the male teachers was having a relationship with a student. I won't go into details now, but that can turn into an enormous problem in this school. Well, it should be a problem in general, but okay. The school is limited to the girls precisely because their parents want to avoid those kinds of problems. Those parents are mostly important people from various positions. If the romance was a fact and was leaked to the public, the principal would have to the principal would have to end themselves in shame. In fact, even that might not be enough. In the world of girls, rumors spread fast. Especially when they're separated from boys and are obsessed with dirty thoughts. So, this kind of rumor goes around really quickly. The sisters try to get rid of that kind of rumor, and they warn the students not to be swayed by it. But apparently, they're the ones who are most swayed by those rumors. This means that I managed to make them fruitfully deal with something shady without contacting families or the authorities. So, if I disappeared in these circumstances, it looked like I ran away with some teacher. All the male teachers would deny it, of course. However, the school wouldn't believe that they said so easily. After all, there is a dirty rumor going around. By the time the school finds out about my escape, after they eliminate all other possibilities, I'll be somewhere safe. I try hard to spread the rumors that I was involved in forbidden romance as widely as possible. The sisters questioned me a few times, but since the romance was something I made up, they couldn't find anything. No matter how hard they tried, they couldn't find any evidence. After 3 months, I was certain that I created a solid foundation. I swapped dinner duties with my classmates so that I could adjust my schedule on this day. I was even able to fill them with suspicion about me doing I was able to fill them with suspicion about me by doing that. Now, they'll definitely suspect I ran away with some male teacher. Tonight was the night. It's the same background they use for Akasaka's hotel. I began my chores after dinner. After lights out, somebody will find out about my disappearance. My generous roommates would probably wait about 10 minutes before she reported me to a sister, but no longer than that. I had about an hour tops. But that's enough for me. I took a step off my regular route. That was the first step towards my great escape. I calmed down and thought. The key shouldn't be wrong. This lock is old and firm. Isn't it possible that I put the right one in, but the lock was just stiff, and I only thought I got the wrong one? I realized that my nervousness was making me clumsy. The gloves that I'm wearing to avoid leaving fingerprints must be getting in the way too. I should try the keys one more time. I picked up the most probable one and gently inserted it into the keyhole. It's stiff. If I twist too strongly, I might break the key. The moment I thought giving up, I felt something in my fingertips. The key worked. I slowly opened the door. I could hear the crickets. I don't have to hesitate now. But somehow, I'm reluctant to step outside. I can still make excuses up to this point. It might look awkward, but I still can. But if I take a step outside now, there'd be no excuse. If the guards find me, they'll take me to the office immediately. There has to be an escape. There have been escape attempts before. That's not really so strange. I don't think I'm the only heathen here. It's understandable that there have been people before who couldn't fit in this place. So the school is well aware of the possibility of escapees. I've heard rumors about what happened to those who were caught while attempting to escape. I don't want to believe any of those stories, though. Oh, and this weird effect. We haven't seen this in a minute. You see, all the school's horror stories involve students who attempted escapes. Whatever. Oh, what's that song? Unseen Future. Alright, so beat to it. I can dig it. Okay, let me pop this up. I'm gonna save this. Oh, this is a bop. This is a good song to rob a bank to. Rob a bank, commit a heist. Ooh, what kind of crime should we do with this song? I can only think of him. Whatever. Bring it on. I'm not expecting to get a second chance anyway. There'll always be one chance. Things get serious beyond this door. I psyched myself up and pushed the door open. A strong smell was hanging in the air. Is that normal for the outside? I never smelt this strong, gassy smell before. If there's something going on, do I have to be wary of it? Should I go back and wait for another chance? That's silly. There's nothing strange going on. This smell is something I smell every day. I just wasn't aware of it. It's true, isn't it? Even though I pretend to be cool, I'm nothing but a nervous wreck. Oh, like a manga panel! Hey, Shion! It's so nice to see you. It's been a minute, Shion. Calm down. Calm down, Shion. I can't rely only on the map inside my head from this point onward. I researched the locations of all the surveillance cameras. I'm confident that I'll be able to avoid them all. But I am not sure about the guards. They pick their patrol routes randomly, after all. I have to take a chance. I can hide myself in most places. But there's an area where there's nowhere to hide for several meters. I need to concentrate to keep my senses keen. Well, I have to depend on my luck in the end. Even when I do my best, the guards might find me by mere chance. On the contrary, I might be able to get away no matter how unwisely I choose my move. If I'm lucky. Damn. After all that effort, it just boils down to luck. You used all your certainty. Now trying to pray for a miracle. This is the gamble after all. When I realized that, I got excited. Yes, this is a gamble. I'm trying my luck. This is the game to test the determination to change my life. If somebody failed to escape from this school, that meant they didn't have enough luck to survive the real world. But I'm different. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm testing my luck. Here goes, Shion. I ignore the noisy bugs and concentrate only on my suspicious sounds. I heard no threats. The loudest sound wasn't the bugs, it was my own heartbeat. Crunch. Even my own footsteps so loud they could break my eardrums. With each and every step, my overactive imagination tormented me with premonitions of unexpected run-ins with guards. Countless times that torture grew too hard to bear, and I thought of running. But if I broke into a run, the noise I made would only draw suspicion. If anyone heard running at a time and place where people shouldn't be, they would realize something abnormal was happening. But if the footsteps they heard were just walking, then they likely think nothing of it. Of course, I don't plan on even letting them hear those footsteps. I try to extend my senses to get as much information as possible. I didn't sense anyone's presence. I might have felt safer if I heard a guard in the distance. I'm worried that my senses might not be keen enough to detect everything. Somebody might be right behind me, without me being aware of it. I didn't want to make any noise, so I stopped from time to time. It's like I'm constantly fidgeting. To stop or to run. Something within urged me to choose from either one. I can't choose to stop. I have to keep going quickly and stealthily. I'm already risking so much just by being here. Running, of course, would be absurd. I know that. The urge to run continued to bug me. My head was filled with those thoughts as I went through this dangerous territory. I succeeded at passing through without running into anybody. I couldn't help but sit for a moment and exhale the rotten air from my lungs. My negative thoughts vanished quickly. Just a little more to go. Just a little more to go. Just through the bush over there is the fence that separates this place from the outside world. Once again, I strongly felt the urge to run. I suppressed that desire and carefully tackled the final step. Wait a second, guys. I want to check something real quick. No. Don't show that. Don't show that. Let me just go to settings. And turn the standard screen on real quick. You guys can't tell, but... Oh god, you can't tell. What's wrong with this? What the heck just happened to the game? No, okay, I got what I wanted. I just want to make sure the game screen was recording properly. Why is it doing this though? Alright, so I fudged up the game somehow. 1 second. Let's see how I can fix this. If I go full screen, we'll just fix it. Okay. But if I hit this again. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I hit that. You guys can't see the little... No, you can't see that. But minimize it. Okay, so we're still good. I just wanted to make sure the audio was working just fine. Knowing my bad luck, it probably was not on, but it's on. Everything's good. I just had to double check out of fear. The fear was consuming me. Just like consuming Shion. Oh, it's like cutting off the screen. Alright, so that's bad. Let me take a swig. I suppressed that desire and carefully tackled the final step. The beautiful looking fence didn't seem designed to prevent escapes. While I was worried that somebody might see me climbing up the fence, it fortunately didn't happen. It's even possible that this fence might have a touch sensor. It's too late now. Doesn't mean anything now, since I'm already climbing up. From the top, the fence seems about 7 feet high. I have to go down carefully, just like when I climbed up. I knew that logically that I couldn't think that way anymore. I chose to jump off with no hesitation. Of course, I regret my decision during the fall. I got scared because the flight was longer than I expected. Ooh. I didn't land beautifully. I fell on my butt. But there was nobody around to laugh, and I didn't have time to be embarrassed. I looked around to see if anybody heard my landing. Even the crickets weren't interested in the sounds I made. I felt relieved. I looked at my watch. 5 minutes till 8 p.m. It was just a 15-minute escape. Putting a number to it really made it obvious that how short it had been. Looking back, most of the time I was just asking myself questions and hesitating. I guess I worried too much. But I can't be too relaxed just yet. There's no guarantee that I fooled all the cameras. This place isn't a bank. There won't be a fire alarm going off even if the guards did see me. It's possible they are rushing this way right now. I can enjoy the air of freedom yet. I hit myself in the darkness and waited. There's still time left until the Ravons. Renvavuz. I know that word, I just cannot say it. When they cry kai. Right there. Well, Shion gets her friend to pick her up. Let me take a small little stretch. I'm just doing this to get some water real quick. My cup was already empty. I didn't fill up all the way. And I'm gonna keep doing this because I don't want my things to be shown. For no reason, I have no idea why they're being shown. I'm not sure why the game is turning to the screen when none of the other chapters do that when I minimize things. Whatever. Whatever. I'm getting reels. I'm getting reels. Okay, I'm back. So, again, let me do the obvious thing that I didn't think I would do. One second. There we go. So, now we don't have these dumb issues. I might just keep the game screen small. Oh, there we go. That works. I'm going to turn you off and put you over here. I'm going to this. Alright. Okay, let's continue. Notes. I watched the school premise while waiting, but it looked like nothing strange was going on. The building was lit up, and the beautiful Western-style architecture made it hard to believe it was a school. It should be armed with electrifying wires, searchlights, and guard dogs, like the prison it is. I thought I experienced a surge of school memories in a situation like this. But it didn't happen. That sort of thing only happens when you have good memories. I have no good memories of the school, so there's nothing to remember. But if I could pick a series of images to recall, it'd be the luxurious dinners you had every night. So my memories would be nothing but international cuisine, Japanese, Chinese, French, and so on. What the hell? That was just too funny. I burst into laughter. At that point, I heard a car approaching. I crouched in the darkness. The plate number is the same as I was expecting. That's the car. I jumped out and rushed to the passenger side, then opened the door and got in.
お勤めご苦労様です。
Oh, Kaze-san! Kaze! Good to see you, buddy. Nice to see you too.
シオンさん。
Chion-san. The driver was a man of early old age. He'd be angry if he heard me say that, though. He thinks he's still middle-aged. He looked at my face and learned that I succeeded. He smiled.
シャバの空気は久しぶり。
Ah, the air feels so fresh.
ああ、とにかく今は銀シャリが食いたいかな。
I want to eat a burger for start.
学園では上品なお料理ばかりが出てると聞いてましたが、
I heard they serve excellent food in the school, but
シオンさんにだけは麦飯が出ていたんですか？
I suppose you were served nothing but gruel, huh?
バカ、そんなわけないでしょ。
No way, dumbass.
冗談に決まってるじゃない。
I was just kidding.
ほら、笑ってる暇があったらとっととアクセルを吹かす。
Step on the gas. You have time to laugh at me.
はいはい、仰せのままに。
As you wish. Kasai really did laugh out loud. After telling me to buckle up, he accelerated. The cathedral-like school disappeared from the mirror in an instant. It disappeared so quickly that I didn't have time to surge of... I didn't have the time of a surge of dinner memories. Goodbye, my lovely school days. School days, you don't talk about that anime. Don't talk about that anime. I'm going to fill my stomach with junk food from now on. I'll forever be free from the manners, or table manners you taught me. Serves you right. As we drove, the scenery began to change. Soon we were surrounded by vast fields of crops and infused streetlights. It reminded me that this was just the countryside of Japan, not Europe.
お腹は空いてないですか？
Are you hungry?
どこか飯の食えるところへ寄りましょうか。
Would you like me to stop somewhere to eat?
食事してるからいい。
That's okay. I already ate. I lied. I'm actually a bit hungry. I didn't eat much at dinner to avoid slowing myself down with a full stomach. I appreciate Kasai's offer, but I didn't feel like taking the time to eat while we were still in enemy territory.
この時間ですから、高速に上がってしまうとサービスエリアへ寄っても自販機しかないですよ。
It's late, so you'll find only vending machines at the highway rest stops.
まあ最近はハンバーガーとかの自販機もありますけどね。
I heard there are hamburgers.
そうそう、聞いた話で
Hold
は
on.
最近じゃおでんの自販機もあるって
Vending
話です。
machines nowadays.
はあ
Huh?
何それ
What the hell?
コーヒーの自動販売機みたいに
Will the
器
dispense
が
of a
ポロッと
cup
出て
and
きて
ingredients?
押したボタンの具が
Like a
ボトボトって落ちてくるわけ
Coffee vending machine?
気持ち悪い
That's gross.
そういうのじゃないらしいですよ。
I don't think it's like that.
おでんの缶詰になってるそうで、
It
それ
usually
がゴロン
comes
と出て
in
く
a
るらしいん
can.
です。
あ、ごめん
Sorry.
缶詰はパス
I can't stand a canned food.
缶詰、相
Still,
変わらずダメなんですか？もう子供じゃないでし
I
ょう
thought
ね。
you might have grown out of it.
嫌なもんは嫌なの
I haven't because I can't.
うっさいな
Shut up.
もう何笑ってんの
Why are you laughing? Kasai chuckled. He must have been trying to help me relax. He isn't usually so talkative.
私は疲れちゃったよ
I'm exhausted.
少し寝させてもらいます
I'm going to get some sleep.
これリクライニングどうやって
How
倒す
do I
の
recline this?
そっちの左側の根元を
Look
探っ
for
て
the
みてくださ
lever
い。
on the lower left part of the seat.
レバーみたいなのがありませんか？
Can you find it?
あったあった
Here it is.
よっこら
Here
しゃっ
I go. Kasai laughed again.
何か面白いこと私した
Did I do something funny? No.
よっこらしょなんて
It's
い
just the
う
way
若
that
くない
you
言葉遣い
talk.
が
Sounded
ど
like
ことなくミオンさんに似ておられたもので。
Well, obviously, Mion and I are identical. Mion and I are identical twins. We are perfect copies of each other. When I react to something, so will Mion. I'll react the same way. When Mion reacts to something in a certain way, I'll react the same way.
お姉は元気
How is this?
多分元気かと。
I believe she's fine.
私も親族会議の席
I
に
only
親父さんをお連
seen
れする
her
とき
when I
に
bring your
少
father
しすれ
to
違
the
う程
family
度ですし。
councils.
そっかお姉はもう実家じゃないんだったね
And that's right. She doesn't live with our parents' home anymore.
南沢の鬼ババのとこだっけ
She's living with the hag in Hinamisawa now, isn't she?
シオンさんが学園に入られるのと一緒の時期に園崎本家に移られました。
She moved to the main house around the same time you started going to that school. I responded with a disinterest, even though I was the one who asked about her in the first place. The main house is where Oreo, the current leader of the Sansaki family, lives. That's my grandma, who I call a hag. But when I use the phrase, the main house, that usually means more than just a dwelling. When Kansai refers to the same thing,
少しは変わった
did she change?
ミオンさんがですか？
You mean Mion-san?
そう
Yeah,
あのばあさんと朝から晩まで顔を合わせてりゃ
I think she has to change.
少しは変わるでしょ
she's living so closely with Grandma. Kasai chuckled yet again. He knows I hate my grandma.
私が見る限り変わったようには感じませ
I
ん。
haven't noticed any changes.
シオンさんの知っているミオンさんのままですよ。
She's still the Mion-san you know.
私はどう
What about me?
私は変わった
Did I change?
いいえ、
No,
全然。
not at all. Kasai responded quickly with a smirk. I haven't seen him for a while, though it's not fun if he answers this quickly. I glared at him and then burst out laughing.
全然変わっておられませんよ。
You haven't changed at all.
あれだけのお嬢様学校に入られたのに全く変わらないというのは驚くに値します。
That's admirable, since you've been in such a strict school for so long.
チェー
Damn it.
好きなだけ笑ってろ
Laugh as much as you want.
私は寝るよ
I'm
寝
going
る
to sleep.
後ろの席に毛布がありますよ。
There's a blanket in the back.
使ってください。
Please make use of it.
うんありがとう
Thanks. I grabbed the blanket and rolled up in it. I'm exhausted, but I can't go to sleep. It's strange. Or maybe not? I must be tired from the escape. It's just that I'm still a little tense. So I have to declare it once again, if only to calm myself.
寝る
I'm sleeping.
私は寝るよ
I'm totally am.
はいはい。さっきからもう3回目です。
Alright. It's the third time you said that.
それとも私が許可しないと寝れないんですか？
Do I have to give you permission to sleep?
今日のあんたは喋りすぎ
You're talking way too much.
あんたが少し黙っててくんな
I
いと
can't go to sleep. You
眠気も
don't
低い
quiet
んじゃん
down.
失礼しました姫君。
I apologize, princess.
ではしばらく黙らせてもらい
Oh,
ま
I'll
す。
keep quiet now. I forgot Kazai can be a bit of a smartass. This interaction with Kazai reminded me of the old peaceful days in Okinomiya. Well, I don't really know if I can call those days peaceful. We were in the middle of the damn protests back then, after all. We all united together, and now that I think about it, we pulled a lot of pretty dangerous stunts. If the authorities ever found out what I did, I never escaped going to juvie. Oh. Well, at least half the people in Hinamizawa would be off to prison. We didn't think of them as criminal acts, though. It was a war. It might also have been a festival. A festival where every person in Hinamizawa joined together in protest. It was a struggle, but it was also fun. It was fun to throw stones at the riot police with everybody. Oh, okay. We hid ourselves in somebody's home when they chased after us. We even go crowd around the police station, demanding the release of our arrested comrades. When we snuck into the construction site and sabotaged it, it felt more like we were playing an act. We were playing act war than conducting one. I got so excited back then. I felt united with my fellow members, even though they were strangers to me. That memory warms my heart. Yes, the way it felt back then. It was like helping everyone to carry a sacred paniclin through the village, getting all sweaty and exhausted together. Until we all collapsed face first on the ground and shared our excitement and cheers with unfamiliar faces over tea. I was just a kid back then. I remember accompanying young men who worked for my dad out to the village to do various bad things. I was arrested a few times. I didn't feel any different, though, than when I got called to the teacher's office for forgetting my homework. The other villagers were furious about the dam project. But for those of us who were kids at the time, it's a pretty fun memory. All that came to a sudden end a few years ago. It wasn't only the power of the protest that ended the dam construction project. The Sanzaki family and my dad's organization had worked secretly in the shadows. This is the top secret information in the Sanzaki family, but it's said they may or may not have kidnapped the Minister of Construction's grandson in order to blackmail him. The grandson was found a few days after the abduction. He was found in the mountains of Higurashi. He didn't simply disappear. He wasn't demoned away. That means some kind of deal was made secretly. A year after that, the dam construction plan was halted indefinitely. The police suspended the villagers' involvement in the investigated. But they couldn't find any leads. The village never betrayed each other. They do anything to protect their fellow man. They fabricated fake alibis and fake evidence. It was easy to deceive the police. Gah. Oh. The car suddenly shook, snapping me out of it. It must have run over a bump or something. I suddenly realized my expression was very happy for one. Was a very happy one for some reason. I must be looking forward to going home.
Shion-san, 起きてますか?
Shion-san, are you awake?
何？
What is it?
お帰りですが、沖宮でよろしいですよね。
Would you like me to take you to the house in Okimiya?
他にどこに帰んのよ。
Where else will you be taking me? I answered straightforwardly with a frown. Gasai then also chose to reply straightforwardly.
シオンさんを全寮制の学園に入学させる決定は、
It was the
そ
family
の崎
head
本家当主が下したもの
who
です。
declared your enrollment to St. Lucia.
シオンさんはその学園を抜け出
He
した。
went away from there. Oh
ど
God.
ういうことかお分かりですね。
St. Lucia, St. Lucia, St. Lucia. This horrible, effed up school that is the cause of so many problems in this universe. You can tell St. Lucia is in here, is in Gosotsu, is in Umineko. We haven't read Tsukunya, but I'm pretty sure St. Lucia ties into that somehow.
ばあさんの決めた学校が私に
The
合わな
school
か
of
ったって
grandma
だけでしょ。
chose didn't fit me. That's all.
シオンさん、
Shion-san.
わーってるって。
I know, I know.
うっさいな。
Shut up. As head of the Sansaki family, the head's decisions are absolute. They're nothing like, say, a 3-second rule. Worse, the decision to confine me to an academy far away from the Sansaki family was made before I was even born. Shion was the name they gave me. My sister Mion has a character that means demon in her name. That was to signify that she was the true successor of demons. In other words, she would be the successor to the Sansaki family and its demonic bloodline. My name, Shion, has a character that means temple in it. That means I was destined to take the veil and be confined in a temple. Thinking of that reminds me of how much I hate this name of mine. For starters, the person known as Shion is an abnormal being to the Sanosaki family, because it meant the family had 2 heirs. I don't have to cite the countless historical examples to explain. It's easy to imagine how that would prove troublesome for a succession. According to our long-held family traditions, one of the twins was to be strangled to death right after birth. Unbelievable, isn't it? What that means is that I have to be grateful just to be alive and breathing to this day. I heard the hag actually put her hands around my neck right after I was born. I don't know what exchange took place in that moment. Maybe some brave relative of mine managed to get her to stop. Or maybe she was in an extremely good mood that day. They don't try to strangle me. Then don't try to strangle me. We're twins. There's no apparent difference between us. But the first one out of my mom's stomach was named Mion, and the second who drew the short straw got named Shion. Everyone else was desperate to tell us apart, but we sisters just found that awfully ridiculous. There wasn't any difference between us. No one could tell us apart, even if we only swapped hats. We wonder why all the grown-ups are trying to see the differences. Well, our fun as twins didn't last forever. One day they created an unbelievably clear distinction between Mion and Shion. Mion went to the main Sanosaki house to live with the hag and to learn how to become the successor. And I was to be confined at St. Lucia. I had no objections to Sis's inheritance. I used to be jealous. But now I feel that having to learn about and follow the traditions will just make me tired. I even feel sorry for Mion. So I'm not going to be a threat to the family, even if I'm back in Okimiya. But the hag doesn't seem to think that way. She thinks of me as some kind of evil omen. That's why she wanted to keep me away from her. That doesn't matter to me. I don't want to see her face either. I don't care if she doesn't allow me to enter Hinamizawa. She can charge me 10,000 yen per step I take here. But I want her to let me live in Okimiya, where I grew up. When I was little, I was in Hinamizawa. But I don't remember it much. And I'm not very attached to it. I do have good memories of elementary school days in Okimiya. The town isn't very sophisticated, but I kind of like it there.
沖宮の町へ帰れば親族の誰かの目に触れることになります。
If you go back to Okimiya, somebody from the family will notice you.
やがては必ず本家の知るところになりま
And
す。
they'll report you to the main house.
ばあさんの耳に入ったらどうなるかってこと？
Are you worried that Grandma will hear about me?
まあそりゃやばいことには
That
なるか
might
も
be
ね
a。problem.
お分かりならいいんですが
I
ね。
hope you understand the situation.
なーに、笠井。
What, Kasai?
あんた今から私に引き返してあそこに戻るって言ってるわけ？
まさか。
No.
そんなことは言いませんよ。私が言いたいのは
What I'm trying to say is,
相応の覚悟はあるんだろうなってことでしょ。
you want to know whether I'm prepared or not? Is that it?
口先だけでなく本当に理
I
解して
just
る
hope
ん
you
ならいい
understand
んで
what
すよ
might
ね。
happen.
そうだろうね。
Well, I know what you mean.
万が一の時は脱
You'll be
走
held
の手伝いを
responsible
した
for
葛西
helping
も
me
責
escape
任は免れない
if
だろう
things
し
go
ね。
bad, right?
葛西も小指に未練があるなら今
You
のうち
should
に小
caress
指
your
にい
pinky
っぱい
finger
キスを
while
し
you
ておいた方
can,
がいいんじゃ
Kasai,
ない？
before they take it away from you.
その時はシオ
You
ンさ
should
ん
look
も
forward to being
スマ
rolled
キ
up
に
in
さ
a
れて
futon
鬼が淵沼に放り
and
込まれ
thrown
る
into
くらい
the
の覚悟をしてくださいよ。
in that case.
ああ、あるいは本家離れの秘密部屋送り
Maybe
かも。
they'll send you to the torture room in the garden. I heard there's a big torture room in the main Sansaki house. I never seen it though. I heard they used to torture and kill enemies of the village in there. It's just awful, really. I hope I don't end up as a victim in that place.
はいはい。
Okay, okay.
ま、なんとかなるって。
Everything's going to be alright.
つくづくシオンさんは
You
姉
resemble
さ
your
んに
mother.
似ている。その出たとこ勝
In
負
that
的なところ
way,
が特に
you
です。
take chances, I mean.
そりゃ似るでしょう。実際の母
It's
親だも
normal.
ん。
She's my mom. My mom and dad will be furious if they find out about my escape. I'm more afraid of them than the head. I don't want to go into details, but my dad is part of the Sakuza. He's in charge of the organization which covers the Shishibon area. He's in a very important position. So is Kasai here. He's an old friend of Dad, who really trusts him. I don't know if this is true, but I heard Kasai used to be very aggressive, though he's gentle now. I also heard he has tons of scars. He was in charge of a few large areas, but after he was injured badly in a fight, he retired. Now he's my dad's consultant, aka drinking buddy. He was my caretaker in my childhood, and now I feel like he's my butler. At first I thought my dad asked me to supervise. Asked him to supervise me, so I hated him. By the time I started to feel like he was on my side. This is just a hunch, but I think Kasai used to be in love with my mom. My dad, mom, and Kasai were in a love triangle. Though my dad took the lead in the end. Kasai couldn't leave my mom entirely, so he stayed around as my dad's friend. Ah, there he is! There's a man! I can tell that from the way he acts. He's seeing my mom and me. That's why he says I look like my mom every now and then. It kind of gave me the creeps at first, but he isn't a bad guy at all. He's actually pretty funny. I only found that out about after I got used to him. So when I thought about escaping, I naturally turned to him. I contacted him in an early stage of my plan and arranged to meet him today. We call him a conspirator. It's not surprising he worried about my return to Okiyama. Considering the rules and traditions, cutting off his pinky finger isn't too far from reality. I might be rolled up in a futon mat and thrown into the swamp for real too. Even so, there's only one place for me to return. I'm going to Okiyama, and nowhere else. That's my hometown. This might be kind of a homesickness, but I don't care what it looks like.
実際どうするつもりです？
So, what are you going to do?
園崎一族の目はそこいら中にありますよ。
The Sanzaki family is everywhere.
まあ最初はのんびり隠れながら過ごします。
Yeah, well.
仮に姿を見られたってミオンだって言い張ればいいんだしね。
If someone sees me, I'll tell them I'm Mion.
それから
Then what?
で、ほとぼりが冷めてきたら
Then
私
after
に
things
近
calm
しい
down a
親類
little,
から徐々
I'll
に打
start
ち明け
by
ていく。
talking to my closest relatives.
私に味方になってくれる人たちだっ
I know
て
they'll
そ
be
こ
on
そ
my
こにい
side.
るからね。私も親父と大喧嘩した時
I know some
あち
people
こちで
who
いろんな人に
covered
囲
for
ま
me
ってもら
when
っ
I
た
had
し
to fight with my dad once.
なるほど。
I see.
味方と既成事実を
So
十
you're
分
trying
に
to
作り
create
上
a
げてから
fate,
最終的に
fate
は
a
園崎本家
comply
に
so
も
that
お
on
み
the
こしを
Sanzaki
もらお
main
う
house
と
will
いう
have
つも
to
りです
accept
ね。
you later on.
うまくいきますかど
I
う
hope
か。
that works.
行くって
It will.
そもそも私を
There
学
are
園送りに
many
する決
people
定
who
だ
were
って結構
opposed
み
to
んな
the
反対
idea
して
of
くれてたもん
me
ね。
enrolling in that school.
あれは私をやたらと嫌った鬼ババの猜疑心からの決定みたいなもんだったし。
That decision was obviously made because the hag hated toward me.
葛西もそう思うでしょ？
Don't you agree, Kasai?
ええ、まあ
What's the computer running so hot? This thing is so freaking fickle, I don't understand. I just restarted you. Whatever, for her streams. Gave it a quick restart.
私もあの決定にはさすがにやりすぎとは思いました。
I thought the decision was excessive.
鬼ババはとっくに更年期障害で
She
正常
couldn't
な
make
思
the
考
right
なんかで
decision
きな
because
く
she
なって
was
るの。
suffering from Shion! That's right, I forgot. She only becomes a little bitch. She couldn't make the right decision because she was suffering from menopause.
あのダム戦争の興奮で頭がいかれちゃ
All
っ
the
て
fuss
まだそ
surrounding
の
the
時の
damn
興奮が抜けきってないんじ
protests
ゃない
drove her
かな。
nuts.
ったく
Kansai smiled. I couldn't go to sleep after all, even though I was rolled up in a blanket. Even though I told Kasai to shut up, I kept talking to him. In time, I got tired of talking. I could feel the car run smoothly up the highway. Kasai spoke to me again.
シオンさん、ほら、
Shion-san, look. I was so tired that I ignored him. I wonder what he wanted me to look at, but I wasn't that interested. Yet I opened my eyes slightly and saw a sign quickly pass by. Kasai probably wanted me to see that sign. It was illustrative of Azalas. It was an illustration of Azalas? Around the letters that said, "Welcome to Shishibon City. My hometown is coming right up." Chapter 5, Meakashi! Kechi Marbara, Rena Ryugo, Mion Sanzaki, Satoko Hojo, and Rika Furude. Satoshi Hojo! Our boy's coming! Kuroda Oshi, Mio Takano, Jiro Tantaki. I didn't get to read them all. Is this the first time you ever heard "Dear You" in the game? Oh, what's this? Oh, oh, the birds eating Rika. Oh, Rena's about to go psycho. Hi, Rika. Oh no, it's the side character I will never play. Why are you focusing on her thighs? Yes, break the windows. Uh-oh, spoilers. Aww. That's actually a tragic story. We'll try to read it somehow. I read the manga version. It was pretty good. Spoilers for that story too. Damn, there's so many spoilers in this opening. Uh-oh. The fragments are breaking. All the worlds, all the different timelines. Oh, the song's a bop. Aw, Sajiko and Rika. And those would be so important to this whole freaking cosmology. I love it. The notebook's beginning. Goodbye, sister. Broke out of a prison. Okay, we're gonna take another small break. Just for a quick second. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry. Sorry I had to do that. We're good. We're still going to keep playing for a little bit. What dear you. I love it so much. The Notebook's beginning. June 1982. Satoshi Hojo disappeared several days after the Meakashi festival. Satoshi says. Did I say Satoko? Satoshi Hojo disappeared several days after the Meakashi festival. There were three possible reasons for his disappearance. One possibility is that it was an accident. Dead bodies sometimes end up in irrigation channels, a few months after the hit-and-run incidents. But since the police did a thorough search of the area and hadn't found his body, this possibility seems small. The second possibility? It was a self-motivated disappearance. Satoshi-kun had been living in dire circumstances. His close friends actually heard him imply he might run away. The police thought he skipped town after killing his aunt. That seemed plausible, considering that aspect. But the police arrested another person for the murder, so this hypothesis must also be considered faked. The last possibility is that he was involved in a series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa. It is also called the Curse of Oyashiro-sama. He fell victim to it and disappeared. Unless Oyashiro-sama's occult power is actually verified, this curse must be the act of humans. It's only natural to assume that Satoshi-kun was made to disappear by someone's will. So the question is, whose? The possibilities are quite limited. The culprit is either a member of the Sanzaki family, a member of the three families, or one of their many relatives. The police can assume that easily. I need to think beyond that. Who did it? How did it happen? And why did it have to be done? Oh. Why did Satoshi-kun fall victim? Why did he? His name's been popping up in the last several chapters, except for number 4. So where is Satoshi-kun? What's the motive? Who gave out the order? Who actually did it? The mastermind and the culprit and the truth are all in the reach of my grasp. Maybe I'll find them right behind my back. But even so, I can't reach anywhere. There are parts of my back I have to make an effort to reach, clenching my teeth and cracking my joints so that the tips of my fingers can barely touch them. What are you talking about? Is this Oishi? The truth is hidden in that place, in places like those. I'm writing this because I need to organize my thoughts and memories. Nobody will read it other than myself. But somebody does. That means that either I threw these notes away because I no longer needed them, or I fell victim to the curse of Oyashiro-sama in the middle of my attempt to solve the mystery. If it was the former, that's okay. But if it's the latter, please, I want you to help me. Please help this powerless young girl. Okay, is this Shion or this Rina? I don't think it's Rika. That would be Rika. Oh my god, why I hate this thing? I need to turn. I don't know how to turn the vibrations on the stupid phone. It's so loud, and it's not just text, it's all notifications. I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it, but I love it at the same time. Let's see, let me mute the mic real quick. Yeah, blow my nose. Ah, my nose is all stuffy and congested. I should have took a congestion pill when I was up, but I didn't think about it until I sat down. Alright, continue. (1982). The fourth year of the series of mysterious deaths in Hinamizawa, also known as Oyashiro-sama's curse, 1 year prior to Keiichi Marubara's transfer. I didn't wake up. I didn't hear a wake-up chime. I'm not in school anymore. My brain is still half asleep, but I'm aware of that. Waking up at the same time as the chime would go off at school doesn't feel good. I can't go back to sleep after this. Still, I'm not going to live a torturous school life anymore. I can make today either happy or boring. It's up to me. Yay! That was really positive. It feels like I'm alive for the first time in a while. I don't have any more clothes, so I was still wearing the school track uniform. I mean, she's wearing the track uniform. She's wearing the normal school uniform in the CGs. It's supposed to have been designed by some famous Italian person, but it just looks plain to me. It really doesn't feel great to still be in clothes from that school. I want to enjoy my freedom as soon as possible. I especially don't want to walk around outside wearing it. I should have Kasai bring me some new clothes later. And I should think of redecorating this room. After all, this is going to be my castle from now on. This is a room in a generous apartment building in the suburbs of Okimiya. The property is when a realtor my dad's conglomerate obtained from foreclosure due to some sort of dispute. Most of the residents moved out during that. So while there are plenty of rooms, it's a lonely complex that feels devoid of people. Plus, with the exception of the manager and a scant one or two others, all the residents are shady-looking people connected to my dad. It probably won't be much longer before the virtuous residents are driven out. The apartment I'm living in is used to be the room where they use for viewings, so it looks like a room in a business hotel. It's fully furnished, but lacking any daily necessities. I'll buy those things over time, though. Toss, how are you doing tonight? I'm the boss. Well, thank you. Subordinate. Get back to work. Evening, though. Ow, I'm funny. I made a joke. But thank you for coming in. This is the long-awaited answer arcs of Higurashi. So all the various clues and mysteries that the first 4 chapters build up will be explained soon. But this one, for a quick little catch-up, this story takes place in 1982. So 1 year before Keiichi shows up, and we're following Shion this time. Which is a fun change of pace because I love her voice. The reading her voice. Oh, I didn't finish the Sasquatch movie. I watched
むしろその方がいいよね。
I watched like the first 15 minutes of it before I had to stop to do something else. It's it's interesting. I love the blue filter that they had in the first 5 minutes was really cool. And the the effect that they used for the Sasquatch disarming the couple was peak cinema. I'm surprised he didn't win a award. It's better that way. Anyway,
自分の部屋っていう実感が湧くし。
it'll make me feel more like my own room. I nodded to myself. It might have looked stupid, but it helped psych me up. At the school, there was only a TV. Messed up the sentence already. At the school, there was a TV only in the common room, and we weren't allowed to watch any cable channels. Then what were you allowed to watch? I zapped through all of those channels as a form of incapacitation. It was early in the morning, so nothing interesting was on. But I enjoyed it anyway. Commercials are fun to watch. Well, yeah, in Japan. You see the Japanese commercials? They can get kind of crazy. Kasai dropped off with lunch right when I started to feel hungry.
シオンさん、おはようございま
Good
す。
morning, Shion-san.
ゆうべはよく眠れました
Did you
か？
sleep well last night?
ソファーに毛布でゴロ寝は結構辛いです。
Sleeping on the couch was a bit too uncomfortable.
やっぱ日本人はちゃんと布団敷いて床に寝ないとね。
As a Japanese person, I want to sleep in a futon on the floor.
たくあんが美味しい。
Ah, this pickle ranch is so good. To quick explain, so when Shion and Mion were born, there was a bit of superstition between bad omens and twins inheriting the family head. So, Shion has kind of been the outside of the group. Of some of the family members, especially the grandmother, haven't treated her the best. And for the last few years, she was sent off to live in St. Lucia, this Christian-like boarding school for only girls. And it's been hell. Mostly because St. Lucia is like the heart of all of so many bad things in this cosmology. I'm being serious, like in this Gosotsu and Umineko, like St. Lucia just it spawns the worst in anybody who just goes there. Maybe it'll pop up in the Sakonia or the Silent Hill game that Rikishi's writing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I don't know if I mentioned this, but the author who did these games, Umineko and Higurashi, he's actually written the new Silent Hill game, which will be fun because I never actually played any of the Silent Hill games before. I seen the original movie that came out like a couple years ago, like a while ago. I never played the game, so it'll be kind of fun to see what he does with it. Then I'll try, maybe try play the original, either before or after.
それはよかった。
That's good to hear.
後で必要なものを教えてください。
Please let. Oh my fuck! I need to learn how to turn these things off. But you know those things I hate. But if I actually turn my phone off during streaming or turn the notifications off, much of that an important notification will actually turn up, and I miss it, and then something bad happens.
可能な限り
Just
揃
my
えるよ
luck,
うに
just
し
the
ます。
Hanyo luck. I'll try to get as much as I can.
ありがとう。
Thank you.
でもそんなに気を使わない
Oh,
でいいで
but
す。
you don't need to worry so much about me.
私の好きで始めた生活
I
だ
think
し、
I chose this life for myself anyway.
ガサイだってたかられたら
And
お財布
your
持たないでしょ。
wallet wouldn't last if I start starting you, right? I have to be serious about my plan. I can't let myself take advantage of Kasai's wallet forever.
バイトでもしようと思います。
I think I'm going to start a part-time job.
生活費くらいは自分で稼がないとね。
I'll have to earn my own living.
私が選んだ生活なんだか
This is
ら
the life I
自分で何
chose.
とかするのは
So
当然。
naturally, I have to take care of it myself.
それはたくましい限りです。
That is reassuring to hear.
でもいいんですか？
But are you sure?
外を歩けば
If you
や
go
がては
outside,
親族の誰かに見つかり
eventually
ますよ。
someone in the family will discover you.
そこは少しは考えてある。
I gave that a little thought,
そこでミオンの力がいるわ
which
け
is
よ。
why I'll need Mion's help.
葛西さ、本家に電話してもらっていい？
Would you mind calling the main house for me?
ミオンが出たら受話器変わって。
When Mion answers, pass me the receiver.
やれやれ、何を企んでるやら。
Whatever you say.
どういう作戦ですか？
What could be your plan? Kasai dialed the number. It's funny to me we're calling the main house, even though that's the place I most wanted to avoid at the moment.
もしもし。
Moshi moshi, hello Mion-san.
おはようございます。
Good morning.
ミオンさんですか？
This Mion-san.
ご無沙汰しています。
Been a
葛
while.
西です。
This is Kasai.
ええ、
Yes.
おはようございます。
Good morning to you too.
少しお待ちいただ
Will
け
you
ます
hold
か？
on for a moment?
今受話器を変わりま
I'm
す。
letting someone else on the phone. I take the handset.
もしもし。
Oh, Shion, why are you making that sound? Why are you saying that like that?
私が誰だかわかります？
Can you tell who this is? That
その声は。
that voice.
でもそんなはずは。
But that can't be true.
シオンはセントルチア学園に幽閉され
Shion's
てるは
still
ず。
supposed to be confined to St. Lucius.
そんなはずはない。
You can't be her.
学園では外部との電話は禁止だ
Yeah,
からね。
they forbid outside calls at the academy.
それが電話してきたってこ
But
と
you're
は
talking to me right now.
血の巡りの悪いお姉でも意
Even my
味がわかるで
dim-witted
しょ。
older sister should understand what that means.
あんた学園抜け出
Did
したの？
you sneak out of the school?
どうやって？
How?
そんなことはどうでもいい。
That's not important.
会いたかったですよ。
I really miss you,
お姉。
sis. Shion. That as far as I could take it. That was as far as I could take it. And Mion had hit her limit too. Oh man, I love it when these two are just sisters and friends. We both burst into laughter, unable to keep up our act. It's been a while since we laughed out loud with each other like this.
久しぶりだよシオン。
It's been forever, Shion.
あんた本当にどうしたの？
Seriously, what happened with you?
どうしたもこうしたも。
There's not much else to do it.
別に私は嘘吐いて
I
ないで
haven't
す。
lied or anything.
で、
Well,
あんた
then
本当に
you
どうし
really
た
ran
の？
away?
やっと。
Great job.
私を閉じ込めて
The
おくに
security
は
wasn't tight.
ちょっと警備が甘かったかもね。
Locked up in there.
学園はシオンが恩
Maybe
義
the
に脱
school
走
should
し
be
たことに
grateful
感
you
謝するべき
escaped
かもね。
quietly.
本気のシオンだったら全
If
施
you were
設を爆破
serious,
してから脱走する
it'd
くら
be
い
easy
朝
for you
飯
to
前
blow
かも。
up the whole building to make sure you escape.
爆破はできないけど放火くらいはやるかもね。
Well, I couldn't have done that, but I might have set it on fire. Kazai smiled at us in amazement, his face a blend of amusement and aspiration.
おね、今は電話大丈夫なの？
Is it okay to talk to you now?
大丈夫。
It's alright.
バッチャはお稽古に行っちゃってる。
Granny is out for a lesson.
今日は帰りは夕方になるって言
She's
ってた。
coming home later in the evening.
それは好都合。
That's good.
近いうちに会って
We
話をしましょう
we
ね。
should get together and talk soon.
とりあえず
Just
今日
over
の
the
ところは
phone
電
for
話で
today, though. Okay.
本家に
Did
学園から
anybody
私
report
が
my
脱走
escape
したってい
to
う
our
連絡は
grandmother?
来てます？んにゃ、
Nope.
来てない。
We've heard nothing.
本家の電話も来客も
I'll
全
pass
部私が
along
通
the
すから
calls and
私を素通りしてバッチャに連絡行くことは
I'll
ない。
pass along the calls and guests for the main house. No, we are hearing nothing. I pass along all the calls and guests for the main family now. So no news reaches Granny without going through me.
だから来てないって断言
I'm
でき
sure
ると
she
思う。
doesn't know.
ほう、
Oh, wow.
そりゃすごい。
That's awesome.
さすが園崎本家次期
You
当主。
really sound like the next leader of the Sanosaki family.
私はそんなの嫌だよ。
You know I don't like that. You should have taken my place.
鬼がついてるのはお姉でしょ。
You're the one with the demon, aren't you?
まあせいぜい頑張ってくださ
Well,
い。
keep giving it all, your all.
陰ながら応援いたしております。
I'll be rooting for you from the shadows.
まあそんなことはどうでもいいわ。
Anyway, that's not important now.
すごい人事っぽい言い方だな。
You sound so indifferent.
まあいいや。
Well, that's okay, I guess.
私関連で何か動きがあっ
If
た
you
ら、
hear anything
カサ
about
に連
me,
絡をよろ
give
しく。
Kasai a call, okay?
ここの番号はお姉には教えてもいい
I'll
かな
like
と
to
思う
give
け
you
ど、
my number
しば
here,
らくは内緒にしときます
but
ね。
I'll keep it a secret for the time being.
ごめん。
Sorry.
そうだね。
Alright.
学園脱走したって
If
話
Granny
が
hears
学者
you
の
fled
耳
to
に入った
school,
ら、
there'll be
いろい
all
ろ面倒に
kinds
な
of
ると思
trouble.
うよ。連絡の件は了解。
Go, go, go. I'll be on the lookout for now.
何か動きがあっ
And
たら、
I'll let Kasai-san know if something happens.
ありがとうです。
Thanks.
それとあと、お姉にお願い
I
がある
also
んだ
have
けど。
a favor to ask.
そう来ると思った。
I figure you would.
お金は無理だよ。
Oh, money is out of the question, okay?
さすがにお金を無心でき
I
るとは思って
never
ま
thought
せん。
I could pester you for money.
お姉にはちょっと私のバイ
I
ト
just
のお
want
手
to
伝いをお
ask
願い
you
し
a
たいんで
little
す。
help with my part-time job.
なるほどね。
I see.
そういうことか。
So, that's it then.
で、具体的に
What
はどう
exactly
す
do
る
you
の？
need? We can't communicate fast in a situation like this. We don't need to get into details because we know what's on each other's minds.
吉郎おじさん、私の味方だったじゃないですか。
Uncle Yoshiro's on my side, isn't he?
吉郎おじさんの持ってるお店
I'm
のどれ
gonna
か
try
でバ
and
イトで
see
きない
if,
か打診
if
して
I
み
can
ま
get a
す。
part-time job at one of the businesses he owns.
で、シフトが決まったらお姉
Then
に
I'll
連
call
絡し
you
ま
when
す
I
から。
know my shift.
あんたがバイトしてる時間帯には消えて
So
りゃいい
I
わけ
just
だね。
have to disappear while you're working, right?
めんどくさい役だな。
That's a little taxing.
何ですかお姉。
What are you saying, sis?
双子の妹の頼みを断
Have you
る？
turned down your only sister's request?
本当に？
Seriously?
いいよいいよ、引き受けるよ。
Alright, I'll do it.
あんたの頼みは断ると後が
I
嫌
will
だ
want。to see how you retaliate if I turn you down.
サンキューです。
Thank you.
今度シュランクベルトのケ
But
ーキ
you
でもお
cake
ごる
from
から。
the Scarlet from Shank Lake's Berthas? What?
可愛いタルト山ほど
Oh,
食べさせてあげます
Florentines
から
pretty tarts too?
あ、シオン
Yeah?
シュランクベルタね。去年の秋に店
Sri
閉じちゃった
Lanka
んだよ。
Bertha. Sri Lanka Bertha closed last fall.
あ、そうなん
Is
だ。
that so?
うん。
Yeah.
マスターが脳梗塞で
The
倒れ
owner
て
had
ね
a。stroke. Oh god, is he okay? He's not gone, is he?
退院してから一度は店を開けたんだけど、
He reopened the store
やっ
once,
ぱり体が
but
持
he
たない
got
らし
sick
くてさ、
again.
惜しまれたけど、
So he
閉
had
店
to
しちゃっ
shut
た
it
わけ。
down.
そっか、
I see.
そりゃあ残念です。
That's a shame.
欲張りモンブランをお腹いっぱい食べる夢
I
は
won't be able to
も
eat
う
their
夢のままで終わっちゃったんですね。
to my heart's content anymore. I was disappointed to hear that my favorite cake shop had closed down. But more so than that, this town has changed without my knowing while I was gone. I was kind of regrettable. It was kind of regrettable.
他にも変わったこと、私の知
Are
らないことある？
there other changes I don't know about?
うん、
Yeah,
いくつかある。
there are some.
今度会ったら全部話すね。
I'll tell you when we meet up next.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
私も学園で見てきたこと、
I'll tell you
全部
about my
話し
school
ます
life.
ね。近いうちに機会を
Let's
設けま
set
しょ
a
う。
date.
追ってこっちから連
I'll
絡しま
call
す。
you.
うん。
Alright.
わかった。
I'll see you then.
ミオン、
Neon?
何？
What is it?
元気でやってる？
How are you?
もちろん。
I'm fine.
ならよかった。
I'm glad to hear that.
切るよ。
I'm hanging up now.
うん。
Okay,
じゃあね。
see you. It's really been a while since I last talked to her. I put down the phone and heaved a sigh as Kasai brought in some tea.
結局どういう話になったんですか？
So, how did it go?
吉郎おじさん、私のことを可愛がっ
Do
て
you
てくれたじ
remember
ゃない
Uncle Yoshio? Who was in favor of me staying?
おじさんにね、私が学園を抜け出してきたのを打ち明けようと思います。で、おじさんの持ってるお店のどれかでささやかに働かせてもらえ
To
た
work
ら
at
な
one
っ
of his
て。
stores.
人目に触れますよ。
Are you sure?
吉郎さんはいいとしても
Some of the other
他の親類に
relatives
見つかるかもしれないじゃない
might
ですか。
find out.
そのためのおねえってわけよ。
That's why I asked Sis a favor.
私が働く時間が決まったら、
I'll contact
お姉に
her
連
when
絡
my
する。
shift is set.
で、お姉は私が
And
働いている時
should
間には、
disappear while
ちょっ
I'm
と人
working.
目を忍んでくれればいいわけ。わかる？
Do you get the picture? Kasai looked puzzled. It's not really that difficult to grasp.
つまり簡単。
It's simple.
バイト中に私が何か咎められるようなことになったら、私がミオンだと言い張ればいいだけの話なんです。お分かり？
Do you get it now? Normal people would buy this kind of plan. But Kasai knows too well how easy it is for my sis and me to trade places.
つくづく大胆というか悪知恵が働くというか、
Atrocious. Or shrewd, I should say.
いやいや
I'm
脱帽です。
impressed.
もちろん褒め言葉だ
Is
よ
that
ね
a、compliment,
カサイ。
Kasai? Kasai looked amazed. If things go south, I'll affect him too. Considering the rule of my dad's profession, he won't be able to get away with just a mere apology. That's why he doesn't want me to do anything too risky. I think I'll have to make it up to him, since he helps me escape even knowing the risk. Well,
ああ、任せとけよ。
Alright, no problem.
シオンちゃんのことをどうのこうの言うやつがいたら、
Somebody talking bad
俺が
about
少
you.
し締めとくから。
I'll beat them up. Go.
やっぱ吉郎おじさんは頼りにな
Thank
り
you
ます
so much.
おじさんならきっ
I'm
と助けてくれ
Higurashi,
ると思ってました
Uncle Yoshiro. Uncle Yoshiro pounded his chest with his fist after offering me his assurance. He seemed glad that I turned to him first.
いいんだよ。
I'd be happy to help.
俺はシオンちゃんの
Since I'm
自分の生活費は
impressed that
自
you're
分で
trying to
稼ぎたい
support
っていう気概に感心してるんだ。金をたかりに来たんだ
You
った
were
ら
here for
本家
money.
に突き出して
I
ると
turn
ころ
you
だぜ。
into your grandmother right away.
え
What?
ああおじさん怖い
You're scaring me, Uncle. I knew he was reliable. He understood my situation straight away and promised to help.
店長シフト表持ってきました
Manager, here's the chef's chart.
ここに置きますね
I'll put it here. One of the store clerks brought out a work schedule. There are many things I'm unfamiliar with written on it.
で、シオンちゃんはどのくらい働けるんだい？
So, how much can you work?
私とお姉の都合次第かな
That depends on our respective schedules.
できたら私の指定する日だけ入れるのが一番いいんですが
おいおい、そんな虫のいい
Hey,
こと
that
言うや
sounds
つ
a
面
little
接じゃあったことないぜ。
irresponsible.
まあな、仕方ないもんだ。
I know you're in a difficult situation. I'm depending on Mion for my work. Our schedules have to match. Of course, Uncle Yoshiro understood that. But I also knew he wouldn't afford a selfish part-timer who only worked when she wants to. In the end, he decided to hire me as an office helper, not an official worker. As a temp, I wouldn't have a work schedule. My uncle also decided to pay me out of his own pocket.
生活費が
It's
稼げればそれ
fine
で
as long
OK
as I
です
can make enough to support myself.
じゃあ、そういうことで頼むぜ。
Sure, sure.
一応金を払うんだ
I
から
expect to
仕
get
事
what
中
I'm
はし
paying
っかりとだぜ
for. Okay.
あと
And
事
don't
務所
call
内
me
じゃ
uncle
おじさん
in the
は勘
office
弁
either.
な。
はいはい分かってますよ
Manager.
店長さん。ふつつか者ですけどよろしくお願いします。
こちらこそどうぞよろしく。
Good. You get it. Once all the business talk was over, my uncle hounded me with all kinds of questions. He asked me things like, what is it like in a prestigious girls' boarding school? And so on. Apparently there were all kinds of rumors going around about the St. Lucia Academy I was confined to, and everyone was curious about it. I added a few embellishments of my own as I explained how unorderly life was at that school. My uncle looked extremely delighted to hear all the little details about life in a secret garden for girls. Poor neat bastard. Once my uncle was satisfied, it was my turn to ask all kinds of questions. I wanted to know if anything particular happened while I was gone. I won't be able to act like Neon unless I can fill in the gap of information left in the past 2 years.
そんなに大きく変わったことはないな。
There hasn't been many big changes.
ダム戦争が終わってからこっちはもうそりゃのんびりしたもんさ。
私はダムの計画中止が発表されて少ししてから学園に行ったからな。
I went to the academy only a bit after the froze of the project.
私がこっちにいた時はまだほんの少しピリピリしたムードが残ってましたよ。
中止発表の後の1年くらいは同盟も計画は凍結されただけで中止になったわけじゃないって言って使用形式になってたんだけどな。翌年には解散式をやったよ。
But the Onifuguchi Guardians disbanded about a year later.
稲見沢の境内で大式典だった。
There was a big ceremony held at the shrine.
それでダム戦争は本当に終わりだな。
That's when the Daeon conflict officially ended.
じゃあ私が閉じ込められた
That's
すぐ
right
後だ。
after I was imprisoned.
戦争も終わっちゃってみ
Is
んなふぬけ
everybody
ちゃった感
slacking
じ。
now that the conflict is over?
しおんちゃんなんかは
I
ダ
guess
ム
you
戦
had
争
all
は
the
戦争
fun
ごっこみ
playing
たい
at
で
war
楽しか
back
ったんじゃな
then
い
during the
か。
damn protest, didn't you?
子供たちが警察のお世話になるたびに
Sure, I can
一
imagine
人
how much
いろいろ
suffering
い
the
じめら
adults
れた大
went
人の
through
身にもなって
every
くる
time they
よ。
had to come pick up their kids from the police station.
まあ確かに否定はでき
Well,
な
I
いか
can't
な。
deny that.
私ら子供にとっては
It was like a
ダム戦
festival
争
for
は
us.
かなり遊べるイベントでしたし。
Uncle Yoshiro seemed exasperated at how differently kids and adults treated the conflict.
そういえばバラバラ殺人なんてのがありましたよね。
Oh shit. Yes, there was.
あのクソムカつく現場監督の野郎がバラバラにされたやつ。
Uh,
あれ確か犯人がまだ全員捕まってなかったですよね。捕まったんですか？
okay. Oh yeah, there was that dismemberment murder, wasn't there? The one where that fucking jerk of a construction manager got split into pieces? They still haven't caught the culprit behind that, have they? Did they finally catch him?
ああ、
Oh.
確か初犯がまだ捕まってねえんだ
Come
よ
to
な。
think of it.
そうそう、確か捕まっ
I
てな
don't
いは
think
ず。
they caught him yet. No.
しかもひなみ沢の守り
It
神
happened on the
お
night
社
of
様を
Meakashi.
祀る綿流しの晩にね。
Didn't it?
当時お社
I
様のたたりだ
remember
って
everyone
騒がれた
making a
のを
fuss
覚えて
about
ます。
seeing Yashiro-sama's curse.
あれ子供的には結
That's
構
pretty
怖かった
scary
な。
for us kids.
ああ、お社様のたたりね。
Yashiro-sama's curse.
その翌年にも起きたんだよ
That
な。
happened the year after too.
そうそう
That's right.
あれも怖かったですね。
It was scary too, wasn't it?
何でしたっけ？
Who was it
ダム
again?
の賛成派の
The
男が
guy
事故
who
で死んだ
supported
や
the
つ。
dam died in the accident, right?
北条だっけ？
Hojo, wasn't it? Oh no!
しかもまたしてもお社
It
様を
happened
祀る
the
綿
day
流しの日に。
Watanagashi, once again.
これはもうたたりしかありえない
Everyone
って
went
ずい
crazy,
ぶん騒いだっけ。
saying it had to be a curse.
あれは怖かったです。
That was horrifying. Definitely. Wow, the blood splatter. The construction manager that everyone hated was killed and dismembered on the night of Wachanagashi Festival. That incident on his own was more than intense enough for us kids. Worst part of his body was never found, which made it almost a ghost story among us. He seriously believed that he seriously believed that the severed right arm was roaming in search of the body it belonged to. It didn't take long for the rumor of Oyashiro-sama's curse to become a topic of discussion among occult researchers and the like. Considering the circumstantial factors. Even so, the rumor faded after about a year. After the dam project was officially frozen, we held Wachanagashi purely as a festival. But the curse struck again. The victim was a pro-dam activist who lived in Hinamizawa by the name of Hojo. He and his wife were on a trip where they fell from a cliff to their deaths. It was considered an accident. Technically, the police were still searching for the wife's body. If I remember right, they never did find it, did they? Once again, the man most worthy of Oyashiro-sama's curse fell victim of the night of Wachanagashi Festival. So the fuss over Oyashiro-sama's curse rose up again. Until then, Oyashiro-sama wasn't considered very important. At least in the world of us kids. It was just the name of the object of worship in the shrine. Nothing more than that. I seen boys peeing on the archway, and once I stuck my hand into the furry box. The existence of a god didn't matter much to us. But after two consecutive occurrences, the kids no longer doubted the existence of a curse. We were all shaking in fear of Oyashiro-sama. Everybody suddenly became interested in the old stories about him too. We quietly listened to the mustio stories the elders had to tell. And we started generally believing in the tales of Oyashiro-sama's miracles, which any of us would have laughed at before. Oyashiro-sama's rules were awfully simple and clear. Enemies treading into Hinamizawa will be cursed. Villagers leaving the village will be cursed. What defined the village was terribly vague. Were we never allowed to leave Hinamizawa village? Was going to Okuyamiya so safe? Was a single step enough to be out? Was a 3-day, 2-night hot spring trip still safe? Where kids tried to draw the line. It was decided in the end that if you had a house in Hinamizawa or Okuyamiya, you're safe. And it was okay to go on a trip if you had a house in either area. I know, it's weird. But those rules were made up by kids, after all. According to those rules, I'd be cursed since I lived at a boarding school in such a remote area. I couldn't say it out loud because I felt embarrassed. But in fact, I was a little scared of the curse.
でさ、その翌年にも起こったんだよな。
Yeah, it happened again the year after.
やっぱり2年連続ってのは結構きますよね。
It sure is scary when it happens 2 years in a row.
私は今でもお社様は信じてるな。
I still believe in Oyashiro-sama's power.
シオンちゃん、2年なんてもんじゃないよ。知らないの？
Shion-san, what are you saying? Don't you know?
知らないですよ。
No?
何の話？
About what?
そっか。
Oh, right.
シオンちゃんはあれの直前に学園に行っちゃったんだもんな。
You went to the school right before it happened.
知らないよな。
That's why you don't know. Uncle Yoshiro grimaced as he said too much, as though he mentioned something I shouldn't know about.
何おじさん。
What is it?
そこまで話を振っ
You
てお
can't
い
leave
て
me hanging
急
like
に黙
that.
られると面白くないですよ。
まあしおんちゃんももう小さい子じゃないもんな。
I think you're mature enough now.
おじさん、私を見てまだ小さい子供っていうの
Really,
なら
Sean?
眼科行くか回し蹴り食らうかのどちらかを選んで
If
も
you
ら
think
う
my
ことにな
body
るん
looks
ですけど。
underdeveloped, you should see an eye doctor. Either that or you're no.
もう分かったよ。
Okay, okay.
別に隠しゃしないよ。
I'll talk.
あったんだよ。その
It
後
happened
も。
again the year after that.
あったって？
What happened?
おじさん、さっきから何の話？
What are you talking about? Tick. When I was very little, I only had this tick before I heard something bad. It was like a gnome who lived inside me was giving me a warning. Like he was poking me with a small needle. When I felt this tick before my parents called me, they always either chide me or tell me something bad. So I used to run away when I felt it. But my sense seemed to have grown dull over the years. Even though my gnome poked at me, I just sat there.
な実は賛成派の北条が転落事故で死んだ次の年にもな。
After the death of the Hojos.
つまりは去年なんだ。
It happened again.
またあったんだよ。
Last year, in the words.
あったって。
Did it?
また綿流しの日に？
On the day of Watanagashi?
3年連続で？
Again?
また？
3 years in a row?
そうなんだよ。
That's right.
ほら、ひな
You
み沢
know
の
there's
神
a
社あ
shrine
る
in
よな。
Hinamizawa.
古出神社。
The Frude Shrine.
あそこの神主が
The priest
祭りの夜に突
Suddenly
然ぽっ
died
くりいっちま
on
って
the
よ。
night of the festival.
聞いた話じゃ原因不明の奇病で急死したとかしないと
Was an
か。
unknown illness.
それもまたしても綿流し
In
の
the
夜
same
に。
night. The same night, his wife threw herself into the swamp.
で、神さんもその晩のうちに
There
沼に飛び
was
込
a
んじまっ
big
て。
uproar.
村長たちが集まって
The
て
mayor
てん
even
や
had
わん
to
やの。
hold an emergency meeting. Oh no. So Shion is learning the full truth.
うん。
Hmm?
奇病ってのはお昼だと思うけどね。
I don't think about... One second. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours. And I took 3 breaks during this. Which I'm sorry I did. I had... My stomach's not the best right now for today. I don't know why. I don't know why. So, a second. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it a night for right now. Thank you everybody for popping up tonight. You know, I love you. I love you, love you, love you. Oh, let me save this. I was about to hit the back, hit something. We have no save file. Put it right there. Let's just move it back up here for a second. But yeah, thank you for showing up. So tomorrow night, yeah, tomorrow night we are. Oh yeah, more Umineko, which is gonna be fun. Fun. Then after that is Tuesday, Halloween. Which I still need to fix the Halloween stream. I still bugging about how I need to do it, how to go back and forth. Hopefully I can get the schedule all finished and wrapped up before tomorrow gets too late, so I can send it out. But the main thing is, like I said, we're gonna do 2 streams. First on YouTube. is going to be. Let me see. Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah. The first 2 streams will be on YouTube. It's going to be a redealing of my scary stories, and we're going to do a watch along. So at first I thought I was going to do a big, huge watch along for the big 3 classics, big 3, Halloween, Nightmare, and Friday. But I think that's going to be too much. So we're going to minimize it to either 1 or 2 movies. So you're either going to be Halloween, or Halloween and Halloween 2, or Halloween and Halloween 2018. I still need to figure out if that's the schedule. Then after that, we're going to go back to Twitch and play some games. So maybe a little bit Friday 13th, Emily wants to play, maybe Outlast. I don't want to do Outlast. But I will finish it. But one of those 2. We're not exactly sure yet. But I do need to head out. So thank you guys. I love you. I appreciate you. And we will meet again tomorrow. Have a nice night, or evening, morning, wherever you may be. So, that's it. It's the end. Get out. The door's over there. The theater's over there. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out! Fuck. That didn't match time right. Okay. Get out!